Mr. Gaston is to commit aggravated murder. There will be a 3-year firearm specification to count 14. Assault. The amendment will be made to reflect 2 victims. It is now, the count reads now Brent D. Adams as the victim. It will be amended by agreement to reflect Jeffrey M. Lee as well. So 2 victims. The 3rd count that Mr. Gaston will enter a plea to is count 25, which is discharge of a firearm on or near a prohibited premises. As charged, Your Honor, and with the special finding, count 25 is a felony of the 3rd degree. The special finding would require substantial risk of physical harm to any person, or his discharge of that firearm caused serious physical harm to property. Those are the 3 charges that we expect that Mr. Gaston will enter a guilty plea here to today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Parker.
Thank you, Your Honor. That is my understanding of what the plea agreement is. I've had the opportunity to go over this offer with Mr. Gaston. I've discussed with him the potential penalties for all of these offenses that he would be pleading guilty to. I've gone over his criminal rule 11 rights, the rights he would give up by entering a guilty plea, and I've also had extensive discussions with him about the discovery that was provided to me by the state. Based on all those conversations, Your Honor, I do believe it's his intention to accept the offer from the state and
All right, Mr. Gaston, how old are you?
20 years up.
How far did you go through school?
12th grade, graduated.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your
Are
Honor.
you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes, Your Honor.
Prior to coming to court, have you taken any drugs or alcohol or any prescription medication within the last 48 hours?
No, Your Honor.
You ever been diagnosed with or treated for any mental illness?
Yes.
Did you get a copy of this indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, it's my understanding you're going to plead guilty to 1, conspiracy to commit aggravated murder or felony 1, as well as a firearm specification to count 1. Count 4, felonious assault as amended, a felony of the 2nd degree. And count 25, discharge of a firearm on or near a prohibited premises, a felony of the 3rd degree. And then the remaining counts will be dismissed at the time of sentencing. Is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any questions about that?
No, Your Honor.
All right, before I accept your guilty plea, I need to determine that you know and understand the constitutional rights you'll be waiving, the consequences of your guilty plea, and the maximum penalty I could give you, and I need to be satisfied that your guilty plea is being made freely, knowingly, and voluntarily. So I'm going to ask you some questions. If you don't understand a question, let me know that. If you want to talk to Mr. Parker some more, let me know that, and I'll give you more time. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a constitutional right to have a trial, either to me or to a jury of 12 Lake County citizens. You understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to a jury trial, all 12 members must agree to a guilty verdict before you can be found guilty. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to trial, the prosecutor will call witnesses to testify against you. Do you understand the prosecutor must prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt at a trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
After the witnesses are done testifying for the prosecutor, you have the constitutional right to have your lawyer cross-examine those witnesses. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to trial, you have the right to have witnesses come here and testify for you. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If those witnesses refuse to come to court, I'll issue an order that's called a subpoena to make them come here and testify. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to testify at trial if you want to. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your
Are
Honor.
you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the constitutional right to not testify at trial if you do not want to. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you decide not to testify at trial, nobody is permitted to comment on that decision. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to trial and you're found guilty, you have the right to appeal the guilty finding. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your
Are
Honor.
you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you file an appeal, you have the constitutional right to have a lawyer represent you in the appeal. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your
Are
Honor.
you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you could not afford to hire a lawyer, one would be provided at no cost to you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you file an appeal, you're entitled to have a transcript of all the hearings in this case. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes.
If you could not afford to hire a lawyer, one would be provided at no cost. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty today, you will not have the right to appeal the guilty finding. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about any of these rights?
No.
Do you still want to plead guilty to these 3 counts?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand by pleading guilty, you're fully admitting your guilt to the charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand by pleading guilty to these charges, you're voluntarily giving up your freedom for whatever period of time that I sentence you to prison.
Yes, Your Honor.
In count 1, conspiracy to commit aggravated murder is a felony of the 1st degree, and it is what is known as a qualifying offense. And with that, there is a maximum prison term on that count of 11 years. That is the definite minimum. It's a maximum you can get on that charge is 11 years, up to an indefinite maximum of 16 and 1/2 years. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, whether you serve any additional time beyond the minimum, there's a presumption you should be released at the expiration of that minimum, the definite minimum term. If you are not, then you are entitled to have a hearing to determine whether you should be released. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand.
Whether you are released or not at the minimum is dependent upon the criteria established by the Department of Corrections, based in large part on your activity while you're in the institution. Do you understand that?
Yes, I
Do you
understand.
have any questions about how that definite minimum and the indefinite maximum work?
No, Your Honor.
There is also a potential fine of the maximum of which is $20,000. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
There is a firearm specification attached to count 1, and that requires a mandatory 3-year prison sentence that is to be served prior to and consecutive to the underlying offense. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
On count 14 is amended, that is felonious assault, a felony of the 2nd degree, carries a maximum prison term of 8 years and a maximum fine of $15,000. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Count 25, discharge of a firearm on or near a prohibited premises, is a felony of the 3rd degree, and that carries a maximum prison term of 36 months and a maximum fine of $10,000. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand.
Now, I could give you a consecutive sentence. That means one sentence after another for the separate offenses. If I did that, you face a prison term. The maximum would be 25 years up to an indefinite maximum of another 5.5 years or 30 and 1/2 years. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand.
And the maximum fine would be $45,000. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand.
All right. There is, in addition, as I told you, the firearm specification is mandatory. There is a presumption that a prison sentence should be imposed on the count 1, conspiracy to commit aggravated murder, as well as felonious assault. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand.
Are you presently on post-release control to the parole authority?
No, sir.
Do you understand that your felony conviction will prevent you from owning or possessing a firearm?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that upon your release from prison, you will be on post-release control for at least 2 years, up to 5 years, under the direction of the adult parole authority?
Yes, Your Honor.
They will place conditions upon you. If you violate the conditions, the parole authority could return you to prison for up to 9 months for each violation, up to 1/2 of my sentence. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If that violation of post-release control is a new felony, then you could get an additional consecutive prison sentence for that violation. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand.
And if that were to occur, the maximum prison sentence for that violation would be the greater of 12 months or the time left under post-release control. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that with regard to this prison term, after the mandatory portion of that prison term, you are eligible for judicial release.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, has anybody promised you that I would be lenient on you just because you're pleading guilty today?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you what I will sentence you to in this case?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand I do not have to follow the sentencing recommendation of either the prosecutor or your lawyer at the time of sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you had enough time to talk with Mr. Parker before pleading guilty today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has he discussed everything about your case and answered all of your questions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the advice he has given you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you been threatened or coerced in any way to plead guilty today?
No, Your Honor.
Are you freely, knowingly, and voluntarily entering your guilty plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions at this time?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Blake, if this case went to trial, what would the evidence show?
Thank you, Your Honor. Had this matter proceeded to trial, the state would have proven the following beyond a reasonable doubt. As the court is aware, the indictment is fairly thorough in this case, as is count 1 specifically. These events occurred on June 7th, 2025, in the city of Painesville, Lake County, Ohio. Solomon Gaston, the defendant, he did conspire with others, including Aviante Atterbury, Avion Gaines, Zyder Jackson, and Lakeisha Jackson, to kill William James Sheffy Jr., and that did happen on June 7th, 2025. It involved a day-long course of conduct. That course of conduct is outlined thoroughly in the overt acts in count 1 of the indictment. Mr. Gaston was involved in vehicular pursuits, essentially, of Mr. Sheffy throughout the day. Early in the day, he was in his own vehicle, but for much of the day, he was a passenger in either Aviante Atterbury or Avion Gaines' vehicles. This all culminated, Your Honor, shortly before 8 p.m. at Erie and Rockwood in Painesville City, where Will Sheffy was met by Zyder Jackson, Avion Gaines, and Aviante Atterbury. Mr. Gaston was a passenger in Aviante Atterbury's vehicle at that time. Aviante Atterbury, Avion Gaines drove head-on at Mr. Sheffy, while Zyder Jackson, with his mother as a passenger in that vehicle, was chasing from behind. That forced Will Sheffy down Rockwood. Rockwood exits to North State. As Mr. Sheffy drove down Rockwood, Avion Gaines pursued from behind down Rockwood. Zyder Jackson had turned around and met Will Sheffy at Rockwood and State, as did Aviante Atterbury. The state would have proven that Aviante Atterbury had provided a firearm to Solomon Gaston, who was a front seat passenger in his vehicle, and had ordered him to be prepared to shoot at Will Sheffy. That did happen at Rockwood and State after Will Sheffy was blocked in. He was shot and killed by Aviante Atterbury. During that time, Your Honor, Mr. Gaston did discharge the firearm provided to him by Aviante Atterbury in the direction of Will Sheffy's vehicle. When that happened, he did endanger the lives of the 2 occupants of that vehicle, Jeffrey Lee and Brent Adams. He also discharged that firearm over a roadway, thereby placing the public at a substantial risk of physical harm, including 2 other individuals who were mentioned as victims in the indictment, but not in the counts that Mr. Gaston is pleading to. Those individuals were Alejandro Gonzalez Ramirez and Juan Padilla Reynoso. Your Honor, that firearm that Mr. Gaston was provided was clearly operable. That was observed through crime camera footage and evidence that was collected at the scene. Will Sheffy did die as a result of the 1 gunshot wound sustained to his head that again was administered by Aviante Atterbury. Had this matter gone to trial, that is what the state of Ohio would have proved beyond a reasonable doubt, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Parker, anything to add to those facts?
Your Honor, Ms. Blake's recitation is accurate. Nothing further to add. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Gaston, did you hear what Ms. Blake said that the facts would show if this case went to a trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
And are those facts true?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. What is your plea to count 1, conspiracy to commit aggravated murder, a felony 1?
Guilty.
What is your plea to the firearm specification to count 1?
Guilty.
And what is your plea to count 14 as amended felonious assault, a felony 2?
Guilty.
And what is your plea to count 25, discharge of a firearm on or near a prohibited premises, a felony 3?
Guilty.
Mr. Parker?
Before, okay. You see, it's the same stuff. All the same as we went over, remember? So sign there. And today is July 7th, 7/7.
Review the written plea of guilty and judgment entry. I do see their signatures to the document at this time as well. With permission of the court, may I approach?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Gaston, is this your signature on the written plea of guilty? And do you want me to accept your written plea of guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll accept the written plea of guilty. Defendant was present when Mr. Parker advised of all of his rights in a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver. Finally, find it to be knowing, intelligent, and voluntary. I will accept the plea of guilty and find the defendant guilty of count 1, conspiracy to commit aggravated murder, a felony 1, guilty of the firearm specification of count 1, guilty of amended count 14, felonious assault, a felony 2, and guilty of count 25, discharge of a firearm on or near a prohibited premises, a felony 3. I'll refer this for a pre-sentence report and victim impact statement. Sentencing will be August 28 at 10 a.m. Anything further, Ms. Blake?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Parker?
Nothing from the defense either. Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, we're adjourned.
All right.